Welcome to Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium, home to the East Carolina Pirates, where the purple has engulfed this place as they are ready for a showdown. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Colorado State Rams, taking on a team from the AAC, the East Carolina Pirates. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Rams will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Fair catch called for and made. Offense getting set for first down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
There's a lot of different ways this offense can attack you throwing the ball. One of them is getting the running back going, and the screen is a great way to get him lathered up and get the defense starting to think about him a little bit more now.
Wants to throw on first down. Using the quick game. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
You've got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Looking to move it through the air. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 15.
This guy obviously spent a lot of time in the film room this week because he is dissecting this defense early in the game in the opening drive. Great job with his eyes, great job with his rhythm, an explosive play there. This defense does not have an answer for this dude.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Motion from the offense. Wants to pass. Moves around to clear up the vision. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
This defense doesn't even have a chance to blink after just giving up an explosive play. You get lined up, and all of a sudden they're throwing it over your head again into the end zone. They better get ready, lined up. I'd expect another shot coming up.
He wants to throw it again. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
That is just what you want defensively, right? Bend, don't break. They drove down the field a little bit. They got 2nd and goal. Boom. Create that negative play. Now they got 3rd and goal. Now they got to make some decisions. Do they want to be conservative? Do they want to be aggressive? Either way, an advantageous situation now for this defense.
That's reeled in. It's Clark. A couple of guys there to get him on the ground. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
I think fans get upset sometimes, like run your route past the sticks so we get the first down, but nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the 4th down.
He wants to throw it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Touchdown ECU! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Hey, man, if we're going to show up here and play this game, we're not kicking field goals early. We didn't come here to just lay up. They drive the field. They get it down 4th and goal. Field goal would have been easy. Head coach decides to go for it. The offense pays off the decision with a touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's Hines. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The offense lining up for a first down play. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And the Rams have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved him forward just a few.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Got enough for the first. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit, and I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Pulls it in. It's Avant. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Coming after him. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
2nd and 10 here. Gets it out fast. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. The Rams racing to the line in a hurry-up. From the gun. Snags it. And he goes down after making the grab. Picks up a few, but still short of the 1st down.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, East Carolina 7, Colorado State 0.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. The quarterback sneak, looking to eke out a few yards. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
Yeah, and they got stuffed on 1st and goal, and they said, let's go to Old Faithful. Like, let's get the quarterback under center, run quarterback sneak, make this defense stop me. It's such a hard play to stop, and the offense gets the touchdown.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Fielded in the end zone. It's Murphy. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Looking to pass on second down. Finds the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game.
He lobs one high down the left side. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Look, that interception is not the quarterback's fault. It's those dumb coaches for putting him in the game.
Putting him in that position in the first place, right? I'll tell you what, let's give the defenders some credit here. I think Reese, he just wanted the ball more. He did a great job in coverage, watching the QB, anticipating the receiver on his break. He went up, he plucked it.
Now, I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
And the Rams in the hurry-up.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down. The Rams come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll keep it himself. Got the first down and more. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. That big play really has them in business. It's 1st and 10 from the 11. Grabbed behind the line. It's Harris. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, the ground game. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And they did not let him get to that 1st down line. It'll bring up a call here. Calls his own number. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Colorado State.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
About to kick it away after scoring a touchdown.
East Carolina, 7.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
10-yard loss.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Firing to the right, complete. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Pirates will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes a move. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in.
It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
He's looking to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Harris. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing 1st downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
East Carolina, 7.
You'll call for the fair catch here. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
On second down, wants to throw. This time he's got it. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10.
Flex. 42 Spider.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Get set.
Wants to throw on second down. And the ball is intercepted. Taking it the other way. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Colorado State. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're in defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Got room at the 35. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
Cricket.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
With the score, Colorado State 28, East Carolina 7.
And the Pirates will kick it off to start the second half.
To advance on the football.
Fair catch called for and made. We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute them.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that too because it's obvious. The defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
They go to the ground. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. Trying to get to him. Going to try to get it himself. A strike downfield. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. Quarterback empties his backfield. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
He looks that one in nicely. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. He's off to the races. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Pirates.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Hines. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Colorado State takes over the Ram. Offense returns to the field. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Now on second down. The play action fake. Going over the top. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Afterburner's coming. The 20. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Colorado State.
And I love the play call. Oftentimes offensively, you like to throw the football deep down in your own end and take shots because you're anticipating man coverage. So if you get a receiver that can get behind the defense, that has a chance to be a home run type play. And you saw it work out exactly that way right there.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. First down for the offense. He's going to pass. They're bringing heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
On second down, wants to throw it. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Reaches into the bag of moves and finds his way up to the 31.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another playoff here in the third.
With the score, Colorado State 35, East Carolina 14.
Ready up.
The Pirates come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Spider. Ready.
Going up top on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Just going to keep it after the snap. Got some room headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
This guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him and the fact that the play is extended. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Purple Pirates. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. It didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. You'll call for the fair catch here. Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They're going to open this drive with a pass. It's complete to the left. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
Ball down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And now on second down for this offense. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Across the 25, he's got room. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, So hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. They'll run it. It's Hines. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Escapes trouble. But he can't get away again, and down he goes, and the trickeration is not so tricky. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Unleashes one deep. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado State.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
The kickoff team out there to boot it away, and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Line gets set. 1st down. They'll start this drive with a pass. Fires on the move. Intercepted. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you'll perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team incredibly mentally tough right now, Dave.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive weeks.